Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today I'm just going to do a World Tournament team showcase. I have a previous video that I put out where I kind of did a team building guide, gave everybody some ideas for teams, so I'm going to showcase kind of the team I'm running, kind of explain my logic behind it. This I do believe, or this type of team, is going to maximize the amount of points you get if you want to get points more quickly. It's not exactly the most efficient team to run in terms of like getting through it. You're going to use more items with this team build, but you're going to go very quick, and if you're willing to use items, you're going to get points faster. It's going to save you many runs, especially if you're just going for like 23 or 30 million or whatever. So right here, right now I'm at the point where I'm just above 13 million, so we'll kind of look and see how many points I have at the end, but I'm going to run through the whole tournament with this team, and we'll kind of see how we do. So we'll hop right in here. We're on 30 times difficulty, and we're going to hop in. By the way, you always want to run STR Broly as the friend if you can. Now, keep in mind here in the upper right, you can switch display, right? And you can see all these different displays. You want to be on the display here where you can tell the super attack level. You can see this top Broly, his special attack level is only level 20. That means he's not easy 8, and you don't want to run that Broly. So you want to run the super attack level 25 Brolys. It doesn't matter what percent they are. But this here is basically my team build. So pretty much the concept here is you want to run, if you want to maximize the amount of points, you have to run a full LR team. This is the team I highlighted in my previous video with one change. I did make one switch to it. I did decide to put physical Ginyu in instead of AGL Majin Vegeta. The reason why is because AGL Majin Vegeta doesn't have his EZA yet on Global, and it takes a ton of ki to get his 18 ki super to actually AoE. So what I was finding was he was basically just sitting there as a dead unit. Like, I was never using him for his AoE. He was just very situational. So the reason why this Ginyu is a good option, one is he's free to play, everybody can obtain him, and his passive isn't that great, but he gives 3 ki to all allies, which is good enough. You just want to give ki to make sure you can get your super attack. So this team I still feel like is a very, very good team. This Int Goku, we just use him because he's a full 120 lead to all units, so you can just put whoever you want on the team. And then this Ginyu, those two units are the only ones that are not AoE, so no matter what, we're guaranteed to get an AoE on each rotation, right? For my items, I'm bringing King Yema. King Yema is 50% damage reduction. Basically, you can use 2 King Yemas and you're guaranteed to live. Fruit of the Tree of Might for ki. I had this AGL thing in here for Majin Vegeta, but we'll just keep it in there anyways. It'll just give us some more ki options. Ghost Usher is like the must-run item. Basically, when you're running this on like 30 times difficulty or whatever, you basically can't get hit. I mean, you can get hit and survive, right? But if you take a super attack from anybody, like, you're going to die. The only time you wouldn't take a super attack is if, like, you're fighting against a team that has Jocko and Chaozu on it, and like Jocko or Chaozu super, they're not going to kill you. Some of the special bonus teams are quite weaker. They might not kill you, but you just don't want to take the risk. So here we go. We've got Broly. We just want to make sure we get the 12 ki super. And Broly with his EZA is guaranteed to wipe them out. There's no way he won't. The reason why is Broly's usually going to have effective against all types if he's EZA'd, which means he's going to do effective damage, so the AGL units won't be a factor. That normally was like the biggest part of why Broly maybe couldn't take a unit out. Like, that AGL Majin Vegeta could sometimes live, right? Also, STR Broly guaranteed double super attacks, so you're getting double AoE, so there's really just like no way if you have an EZA Broly that you won't get through it, right? Now, if you're a newer player, it's really going to just depend on like what type of box you have, what type of units you have. Something I will point out that I wish I would have put in my other video, I guess I should have maybe highlighted more like what are the free-to-play options for World Tournament, what are some units you can grind up, right? So I'll talk about it a little bit in this video as I'm fighting through here. But basically, there's an Int Raditz that has an EZA, and there's also a physical second form Frieza. Those are probably two of your better just like free-to-play AoE options that you can grind up. So I'd highly recommend, if you're like a newer player and you don't have like any of these units, if you even get just Int Raditz, find some type of leader you can run that like would fulfill Int Raditz and STR Broly. If you bring Int Raditz, the friend Broly, and like just hope you get one of them on rotation if you have Jocko and Chaozu, who are very easy to obtain. I have had people joining my Discord, by the way, to get help with World Tournament, so I will have that linked in the description again in case anybody watching maybe this video and you haven't seen the other one. But if you want to get help on World Tournament, the big thing with Jocko and Chaozu here, as I go through, so here's an instance, right, where I'm getting attacked twice in the front. Like I just can't take the risk of dying here, right? So we're just gonna Ghost Usher. That's just what you're gonna do here, right? This is why the Bulma's Battle Prep comes up before the World Tournament, is so people can grind the support items, because they expect you to need to use items to get through this, right? But Jocko and Chaozu, so what they are, I've had some people join my Discord and ask, like, how do you get Jocko and Chaozu? Why are they so important for World Tournament? So Jocko and Chaozu are basically the two best SRs in the game. They're just SR rarity. They're very easy to obtain. They're not in the friend summon though, but they're from like just any normal banner that you would summon on. Now I don't think you can get them. You can't get them like on the Dragon Ball banner. You can't get them on like the, guaranteed SSR banner or anything like that. They might be on the World Tournament banner, so maybe that you could get them in there as like an unfeatured SR. But I know for like regular banners, like if you're summoning on a Dokkan Fest, LR banner, pretty much anything like that, they're just sitting in there. So odds are you've probably summoned them before in the past, and what the common issue that a lot of people have had is they didn't realize they were important units, and you've probably sold them, right? So I don't recommend you go in and like summon on a banner. Like, don't summon on like LR Goku and Piccolo right now just because you want Jocko and Chaozu. It's not worth it. What I recommend you do is just get through this World Tournament with what you have, and then the next time a banner comes up that you legitimately want to summon on. So let's say you're going to summon on, Tech Gogeta, who should be coming out next, right? Just pay attention to your summons. If you get SR Tech Jocko or SR Int Chaozu, you want to keep them. Now, why are they important? Why do you want to keep these units? So the way their passive works, their passive is a little bit deceiving in the way that it's worded, right? The way their passive is worded, it just says may stun all enemies. That's literally all it says, is may stun all enemies. But what it actually does is the first time they appear, they guaranteed stun all enemies. And then I think after that, it's like a very low chance to stun all enemies. But the first time they show up, they stun all enemies. So why that's important is in World Tournament, you don't want to get hit. So what typically will happen is as long as Jocko or Chaozu pops up on your rotation, the enemies guaranteed don't get to attack. You're free to attack with your AoE without worrying about retaliation. In a nutshell, Jocko and Chaozu just save you items, is essentially what's happening. They're saving you Ghost Ushers, they're saving you King Yemas, any of those things to stop you from taking damage, right? That's essentially what they're there for. It's just to allow your run to go smoother, quicker, and easier, and not use items. But you can see I'm going through here fairly quick. I just have to do my semifinal and then my final. And then we'll check out my score and see how many points I got. If you want to do the exact math, you can like pause the beginning where I was showing my score. Like I said, I was just over 13 mil. And because I've got a full LR team, it should be more points than if I were running a non-LR team. What I had done was last World Tournament, I actually did some math and calculated it out, and it was worth it to run this full LR team in terms of efficiency. I believe over the course of getting to 30 mil, I want to say it saved me like 5 to 10 runs. Like it was a fair amount. Oh, actually, I don't need to do that. What am I doing? I got my super attack in already. Just do that. It was a fair amount, but you can see, as I've just been talking, it's been very fluid and easy for me to just like burn through these stages, because the way my team is set up, I always have an AoE unit no matter what. I'm always one-shotting the team basically, with the Captain Ginyu key support, as well as the the Goku, the Int Goku, he only supports super class, so he's like only supporting the Krillin, but he actually links, he gets a little bit of key links with STR Broly, so even he's helping out that STR Broly. If you're a newer player, like I said, and you don't have like all of these units, mainly your goal is to like at least get the friend STR Broly and try to support him as best as you can. If you don't have enough AoE units to do a full AoE team, what I would say is get whatever decent AoEs you can, and then try to support them with key support units. So any generic key support based on the team that you want. That's kind of how you want to fill this out. You don't really need to worry about single target damage. So like, don't bring AGL UI Goku necessarily, or Int Namek Goku. Like, they're just single damage characters. You really want to do this with AoE. Now, if you don't have any AoE, then yeah, you're just going to need to bring in like your strongest team that you can deal with. But I would say, even if you're in that situation where you have no AoE, I would then farm up an AoE unit. I would at least grab Int Raditz, and then once again, you can bring the friend Broly. So you've got a lot of options there, right? Because the AoE just, because you're fighting, what, 7 enemies every time? So, like, I think in my other video I said 6, but it's like their team of 6, and then they add on, like, a made-up friend unit that they put on the end. So it's actually 7. So, like, it takes forever. Like, if you're doing this single target, like, the World Tournament's going to take you so long, right? So if you have to go in with, like, weaker AoE units, you don't have to do this at 30 times difficulty. You're better off, like, I would do the highest difficulty where you can consistently one-shot and just grind that. That's going to be way faster than doing 30 times with just single target damage. So, alright, so let's see how my team did here. So, yeah, we went from just over 13 mil to just over 14 mil. So I got just over 1 million points for one run. So that is not bad at all, right? So, anyways, let me know what you guys think of my World Tournament team. Like I said, to me, this is the team that's out there for most points. Now, keep in mind, my 1 million score there, that I don't believe I got any bonus chance teams in there. If you get bonus chance teams, it goes up a lot more. I think I've had as much as like 1.5 million score at the end of a full World Tournament, so that's pretty good. So anyways, let me know what you think. If you need help, feel free to join my Discord. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.